It is a dreadful thing to watch one's kingdom sicken and die before one's eyes. I had seen war enough in my time, fields strewn with the fallen at Cressy, the thunder of hooves, and the glory of victory. But nothing, not even the bloodiest battle, prepared me for the horror that came upon England in the year of our Lord 1348. The pestilence, they called it. The great mortality. It came creeping from the continent, crossing the channel as silently as mist. At first, I did not believe the tales. Whole towns emptied in France, corpses piled in the streets of Avignon. But soon, reports reached me from Dorset, then Bristol, and I knew it was true. The Black Death had come to my realm. It began with fever, then swellings, dark, hideous swellings in the armpits and groin. The physicians spoke of vapors, of corrupt air, of divine punishment. They prescribed leeches, herbs, prayers, all useless. None could stop it. It took the rich and the poor alike, knight and beggar, priest and ploughman. Even in the royal court, death moved like a shadow. I lost my beloved daughter Joan to it, a gentle girl promised in marriage to a prince of Castile. She died abroad before she could be wed, taken by the pestilence at just 14 years of age. No father should outlive his child, least of all a king who can command armies, but not the will of heaven. I ordered days of fasting and prayer across the land, thinking to soften God's wrath. The bells tolled endlessly, and yet the graves filled faster than the prayers rose. The living were too few to bury the dead. In London, carts went from house to house, collecting bodies by the dozen. Whole villages vanished. In some places, not a soul was left to till the fields, and the crops rotted where they stood. It was as though the world itself had grown weary of mankind. Men asked if this was the end of days. Some turned to God with renewed fervor. Others turned away in despair. There were those who whipped themselves in the streets, crying for forgiveness, their backs raw and bleeding. And others fled, priests abandoning their parishes, merchants their cities, thinking to escape the sickness, though it followed them wherever they went. I remained at Windsor, praying daily for deliverance. What is a king when his word holds no power over death? I could command my soldiers to war, my masons to build, my nobles to counsel, but I could not command the pestilence to halt. I saw the face of fear in every man who came before me, and I could offer him nothing but hollow comfort. Yet even in that dark time, life clung on. The storm, terrible as it was, passed. When the plague loosened its grip, the land that remained was changed forever. The people were fewer, but stronger in voice. Laborers demanded fair wages. Towns grew restless. The old ways began to crack. I had built my kingdom on the power of the crown and the chivalry of knights, but after the pestilence, it was the common man who began to shape England's future. The Black Death humbled us all, kings, clergy, and commons alike. It taught me that no crown, no castle, no army can shield a man from God's design. We are but dust, raised for a moment, and then scattered by his breath. I ruled long and fought many wars, but I tell you this, of all the trials I faced, none chilled my heart like the sight of a silent village and the echo of church bells tolling for the dead.